Have you ever wondered how much control anxiety has over your life? It's a question that resonates with many of us. Anxiety, a seemingly intangible emotion, holds a power that is both pervasive and potent. It's a force that influences our decisions, our relationships, and our interactions with the world, making us act in unskillful ways. It's a silent puppet master, pulling the strings of our lives, often going unchallenged. This power of anxiety is not confined to any particular age, race, or social status. It's a universal phenomenon, a common thread that weaves itself through the fabric of humanity. Trending topics like the significant increase in anxiety disorders during the COVID-19 pandemic highlight the breadth and depth of its influence over our collective psyche. While anxiety can seem like an insurmountable obstacle, it is possible to overcome it. But how? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this question and explore the path to triumph over anxiety. What if we told you that the key to overcoming anxiety is not to run away from it, but to confront it head-on? Now, this might sound a bit daunting, even taboo. We've been conditioned to believe that anxiety is an adversary we should avoid at all costs, that it's a dark monster lurking in the shadows ready to pounce. But what if we turned the tables? What if we saw anxiety not as a monster to evade, but as a challenge to conquer? This notion of leaning into anxiety rather than fleeing from it is not a widely accepted approach. Many are hesitant, even fearful, to confront and embrace their anxiety. It's not comfortable to be open and vulnerable about your anxiety, and it certainly challenges our conventional understanding of acting invulnerable. But perhaps it's this very discomfort, this vulnerability, that can set us on a path towards overcoming anxiety. This might seem counterintuitive, but let's explore some real-life examples of people who've had success with this method. Meet John, a high-powered CEO who once suffered from crippling anxiety. Every morning he would wake up with a sense of dread, a pit in his stomach, feeling as though he was about to face a fierce beast. But John chose an unconventional path. Instead of running away from the beast, he decided to confront it, to be with it, to understand its nature. He sought help, learned coping mechanisms, and began to accept his anxiety as part of his life, rather than a monster to be feared. The more he understood his anxiety, the less control it had over him. Every day was a step forward, a small victory in his battle. Over time, these small victories added up, and John began to regain control of his life. His story is one of triumph, of a man who faced his deepest fears and emerged victorious. Now let's shift our focus to Sarah, a vibrant artist who had her own battles with anxiety. Just like John, she too found herself constantly on edge, her creativity stifled by her worries. Sarah's anxiety was like a storm cloud, always looming, threatening to cast a shadow over her life. But Sarah, like John, chose to face her storm. She decided to understand it, to dance in its rain rather than hide from it. She turned to art as her outlet, pouring her fears and anxieties into her work. Each brushstroke was a declaration of her defiance, each painting a testament to her resilience. Slowly but surely, Sarah began to see the sunshine beyond her storm. Her anxiety, once a hindrance, became a source of inspiration, a wellspring for her creativity. Her story, much like John's, is one of awe-inspiring triumph, a testament to the power of confronting one's fears. These stories are proof that facing your anxiety rather than running from it can lead to incredible personal growth. Overcoming anxiety is not about avoiding it and hiding it, but about confronting and being open about it. This is the heart of our journey today. We've delved into the gripping power of anxiety, confronted the taboos about sharing and showing it openly, and offered inspiring stories of triumph. Our discussion has led us to a unique perspective. To overcome anxiety, we must not run away, but rather we must face it and be open to it and with it. Imagine a world where this approach is the norm, a world where we don't just sweep our fears under the rug and try to act invulnerable, but actively share our fears, bringing them into the light. This perspective challenges the status quo. It asks us to be brave, to be vulnerable, but by doing so, we can transform our relationship with anxiety and our relationship with each other. We can turn it from a source of fear into a catalyst for growth, self-discovery, and evolution. Remember, the power to overcome anxiety lies within you. It's time to stop running and start being open to its power to help you grow. It's time to take the path forward.